Hope I am audible. Friends, late good evening. Today I shall continue on the same talk. This will be my part 2. Part 2. Am I audible? Hope I am audible. Friends, late good evening. Let me start today. Today I shall talk on some crucial areas. Yes, crucial areas like the return of Subhash Chandra to India and joining political movement. And then I will discuss the issues on which that there are differences between Chittaranjan Das, Deshbandhu, and Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, which led to the birth of Swarajya Party. And then I will discuss on the issues how the Jinnah was marginalized by the activities of Gandhi in Congress and was compelled to leave Congress and compelled to join Muslim League. And also how the rise of Gandhi took place on destruction and death of political life of three very intellectually high quality persons in Indian politics, Lal Bal Pal. I hope, am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible? No. Am I audible? Audible. Yes, let me start. Let me start. Let me start. Let me start here. August 1920, Subhash Chandra passed the theoretical part of the ICS exam. But the moment he got the results, he wrote letters to his second brother, Sharad Bose, that he is not willing to join ICS. Then there is completion, that is the practical part of the ICS, that he passed successfully. But you all know, he resigned from the post of ICS. Then he came back to India by a ship to Bombay. In this ship, Kaviguru returned from UK to India. And naturally, in the ship, in those days from UK to Bombay, it was few weeks journey. In this journey, Subhash Chandra has talked few times in the ship with Kaviguru. Subhash Chandra was not an unknown person to Kavi Guru. From his childhood days and also during the presidency, what an episode. Name of Subhash Chandra is known to almost all big persons of Bengal. Kavi Guru knew him by name, and moreover he is the son of Janakinath Bose, and moreover he is the first ICS to resign from the post. And naturally, it is natural for Kavi Guru to be attracted to such a person. Coming down in Bombay, Subhash Chandra first met Gandhiji, because Gandhiji was rising at that time in Indian politics. He met him and there was discussion with him. Also, Gandhiji has already known that an Indian has resigned from ICS for the first time. He has come to Gandhi for discussion. And that time, Subhash Chandra was of that importance, none could ignore him. But in the discussion, Subhash Chandra wanted to know from Gandhi his steps of his movements which will compel British to leave India. There were, as per the writings of many, I see there are three questions. The initial question, the Gandhi's answer satisfied Subhash Chandra. But subsequent two questions, particularly specific to his next step of the movement, which can compel the British to leave India. On these questions, Gandhi failed to give satisfactory answers. From here, Subhash Chandra became clear that Gandhi is not clear about his steps. He may be a confused man, or maybe he is hiding something. However, Gandhi could not convince him, and Subhash Chandra was not satisfied. He came to Calcutta because to Deshbandhu already he has correspondences, and he joined Indian National Congress, Indian political movement against British under the leadership of Deshbandhu. Now, let it be very clear. Deshbandhu, Subhash Chandra, when he was in England, very important events has taken place inside in Indian politics, in Indian National Congress. One is the adoption of two resolutions. One is the resolution of non-cooperation movement, other is resolution of Khilafat movement. These two resolutions was passed in September 1920 Congress in Calcutta. That was not the annual conference, that was interim Congress. And in that meet, the president was Lala Lajpat Rai. An interim Congress in Calcutta in 1920, where two important resolutions which decided the next course of movements by Congress. One is non-cooperation movement, other is Khilafat movement. In our country, majority of the educated persons even do believe that both these two resolutions were supported by Deshbandhu, and supported by intellectuals of this country. That is absolutely a wrong perception. Even majority of the writers on this subject write that the non-cooperation movement and Khilafat movement resolutions by Gandhi was supported by the intellectuals of this country and even Deshbandhu. That is absolutely a wrong concept. That's why I have told you the history has been wrongly narrated. Distorted history has been written for the students in all planes. The fact is, almost all the intellectuals of this country opposed both the two resolutions. But you can ask me how the resolution passed. That part, how the resolutions, but that part has been kept hidden from public reading, and I have disclosed it in the past how these two resolutions were passed. All these two resolutions was not supported by the intellectuals of this country and the political giants of the country. I will read, because here lies the root of rift between Gandhi and Deshbandhu. Here lies the root why after a few years the party, Swarajya Party, was born. And what was the attitude of the intellectuals of those days towards these two resolutions. And also you will see the difference between the qualities of the leadership of Lal Bal Pal, Deshbandhu, Anniversary, all the Jinnah, all these things on one side, and Gandhi on the other side. The difference. And let me first brief you, then I will quote from two very important volumes. One volume is Indian Struggle by Subhash Chandra Bose, other is from Jinnah of Pakistan by Stanley Wolfert. Here lies also the fate of this subcontinent. First, let me quote let me summarize. Remember, in 1920 September, Calcutta Congress was being held under the presidency of Lajpat Rai. These two resolutions were placed by Gandhi. And both the two was opposed by Chittaranjan Das, Jinnah, all the followers of Lal Bal Pal, Annie Besant, and all intellectuals of Bengal and all over and intellectuals of this country. Because number one, the Khilafat resolution, Khilafat issue is not of this country. Moreover, it is a religious issue, it is a communal issue, a religious issue of Turkey. Bharat has nothing to do with this Khilafat issue. Gandhi has brought this issue to this country, to the secular platform of the Congress. Number two, the non-cooperation, Gandhi's non-cooperation was on all planes. Non-cooperation in the schools, colleges, that is boycotting school colleges made by the British, hospitals, boycotting hospitals made by the British, railway, made by the British, courts and as the assemblage, all boycotting everything, non-cooperation everything. The intellectuals, including all these political giants, through their wisdom, they show India has not come to that stage. Boycotting schools, colleges will compel the students not to get education proper, because nationalists are yet to make so many schools, colleges and universities. Hospitals, Indians are yet to make their own hospitals. Whatever hospital system is by the British. So by doing this non-cooperation with schools, colleges, universities and hospitals, the students will suffer. Education of the country will suffer. Though the country in bondage, the students need education. If non-cooperation, the students all will remain non-educated. Hospitals, if we boycott the hospitals, our patients will suffer, our countrymen will suffer. Okay, we can non-cooperate with we can boycott our British goods. Okay, that is good for us. That will encourage our homegrown products. That is okay. Okay, we will boycott the tax officials. We will not give taxes. Okay, that is good. But if we start non-cooperation all planes of our national life, that will create a chaos. That will create a chaos. Actually, this non-cooperation movement will invite a chaos to this country. They want to be selective. Even Kavi Guru Rabindranath objected to such concept, some ideas of non-cooperation. Shiad Das Jinnah was also against. Lal Balpal, all followers were against. Both Khilafat movement and non-cooperation movement. But do you know how these resolutions were passed? These were passed by actually rigging, one sort of rigging. In Indian politics, if first rigging is, this is the first rigging. These resolutions are passed by rigging, by persons, Khilafatists who came from West India, by Khilafati trains. Whole big trains, multiple trains were requisitioned by the money of the Muslim and Marwari industrialists and capitalists of West India, and Khilafatists were brought to India, brought to Calcutta. They stayed in Calcutta and Howrah different hotels. On the day of the voting, they thronged into the Congress platform, and in those days there was no written list of voters to vote for or vote against. They thronged and they voted for these resolutions. They got the two resolutions passed and they established Gandhi as the national leader. That's the tragic picture. It was a rigging, practically a rigging. All intelligent persons, all intellectuals, big giants of the Indian politics, no one. And Jinnah on those days was against such non-cooperation movement, against such Khilafat movement. Also Deshbandhu, also followers of Tilak, animation, everyone, all big persons. Now I will quote. First I will quote. Yes. First I will quote. That is page number 69 of the Jinnah of Pakistan by Stanley Woolpert. and then I will corroborate with reading from Indian Struggle by Netaji Subhash Chandra. The Calcutta Congress gave Gandhi his first major victory. For though his non-cooperation program was strongly opposed by Bengal's leading politicians, C.R. Das, B.C. Pal, who joined forces with Jinnah, Annie Besant, against him, the Mahatma, with Ali brothers and Motilal Nehru in his corner, emerged with a clear majority mandate to lead the march against the government. Khilafat trainloads, just mind, I am quoting, Khilafat trainloads of delegates hired by Bombay's merchant prince, Mian Muhammad Chotani, one of the Gandhi's leading supporters, had been shipped cross country to pack the Congress pandal and vote for their hero's resolution, transforming Congress into a populist political party. It marked a revolutionary shift in Congress's base of support to a lower class mass, funded by wealthy Hindu, Marwadi and Muslim merchant industrialists. Lokmanya Tilak died the day Mahatma Gandhi launched his first nationwide Satyagraha, August 1, 1920. Tilak himself refused to accept Gandhi's lead and was too orthodox a Brahmin to embrace Khilafat cause. Annie Besant, who never trusted Gandhi, openly denounced his movement as a channel of hatred, while Gokhal's moderate successor at the head of the Servants of India Society, V.S. Srinivasa Sastry, considered the Mahatma fanciful. Firoz Shah Mehta's most conservative disciple, Dinsha-i Walcha, a leader of the National Liberal Federation, called Gandhi a madman, a mad and arrogant. This is your Gandhi, and how in a democratic platform that these two resolutions were passed. Now I am coming to Subhash Chandra. Sir, I wonder how the English subtitle of your speech is coming in the screen before you uttered the word. That is the reason behind it. But I don't know. I don't know. Now I am reading from Indian Struggle, Subhash Chandra Bose, page 58. A special session of the Congress was therefore summoned in Calcutta in September 1920 under the presidency of Lala Lajpat Rai, the well-known Punjab leader. The Gandhi was fully aware that his new policy of opposition to be reformed constitution would not be accepted by an influential section of the Congress. He had therefore strengthened himself by an alliance with the Muslim leaders and All India Khilafat Committee. In fact, he was so sure of his position in the country that if the Congress had rejected his plan of non-violent non-cooperation, he would have launched his campaign with the support of the Khilafat organization. Matters did not, however. The opposition to the Gandhi's plan was sponsored by C.R. Das, the leading advocate of Calcutta and the leader of Bengal, and Pandit Malviya and Mrs. Besant, both ex-presidents of the Congress, who had influential support from many provinces. Now, please rewrite the history. Please rewrite the history. Still today, the tragedy is the history writers are writing that Khilafat movement was supported by them. No, all opposed. Khilafat resolution was opposed by Jinnah, Chittaranjan Das, Lajpat, Lal Balpal, and all animation, everyone. But in this way, through rigging process, the resolution was passed in Calcutta Congress, September 1920. And non-cooperation movement was not accepted by the intellectuals of this country, including these big heads of the national movement. And in drafting the non-cooperation movement, there was little wisdom. Boycotting the school colleges, hospitals, railway, everything is not a wise step. It is creating chaos, inviting troubles for the country. What these intellectuals wanted? They wanted non-cooperation in selected aspects, selected planes, like boycotting foreign goods, British goods, boycotting tax officers, boycotting tax. This can help our people. But boycotting hospitals, boycotting school colleges will create chaos. Will not help the country's movement. It is against the welfare of the country. And when the movement started, that problems erupted. Naturally, problems came. Then the Gandhi was searching for the opportunity, a plea to stop the movement. When in different fronts chaos was coming, problems of the people was appearing, people were suffering, Gandhi was waiting for a plea, an opportunity. Chaura Chauri gave him that opportunity. The moment there was violence against the British India police, some were killed there, Gandhi took that opportunity. He stopped the movement. And that stoppage of movement for 10 years, more than 10 years. For 1 decade, there was no movement by Gandhi. That is the leadership of Gandhi. The moment there is violence, he told there is hingsha, there is violence. People has not learned from his message, are not fit enough to follow his path. There is violence, hingsha. He stopped all the movements. This is Gandhi. At one time, Subhash Chandra in his book, Indian Struggle, has told that the party Congress has gone to the hands of lesser intellectual peoples. The party has gone to the hands of lesser intellectual peoples. Clearly, he is indicating Gandhi. Gandhi is a lesser intellectual person. And Gandhi is really a lesser intellectual person. This will be clear from the Bengali translation of Romarola's notes, Bengali translation by Acharya Satyendranath Bose on the Romarola's notes on Gandhi, where Romarola has written, Gandhi did not like to read history. He do not read history to learn a lesson. Whenever he plans something, and those plans are not from his lessons from history. Sometimes in his brain, some ideas erupts. like a madman. In madman's brain, some ideas erupts and the madman follow like a lunatic those ideas. Gandhi is confessing all these things to Romarola, and Romarola has taken note of that in French language. And his Acharya Satyendranath Bose, when he was in Europe, he saw all this and he translated. And in his writings, there is a part, Gandhi Romarola discussions. Gandhi is that man, like a madman. Some idea erupts in his mind, and Gandhi is claiming that in the old age, in the sadhus of Bharat, in their brain, ideas sprang like lightning. Also, he is claiming, in the same way, in his brain, ideas spring up. And Gandhi is confessing, also in the madman's brain, ideas come up in this way. And madmen stick to those and follow them. Madmen do not consider any argument, any analysis. Gandhi do not like any argument, any analysis. And here Subhash Chandra is clearly telling, Congress has gone to the hands of lesser intellectuals. I think Romarola was absolutely right in recording Gandhi's statements in his diary. And when Deshbandhu became the president of the Congress, Deshbandhu became president of the Congress in after joining Congress in 1921 under C.R. Das, at that time there was non-cooperation movement all over the country was going on. Subhash Chandra was imprisoned. Also Deshbandhu was imprisoned. And at that time, the Viceroy was Lord Reading. Lord Reading sent messages to Chittaranjan Das in prison cell in Calcutta that he was ready to give provincial autonomy. Lord Reading's proposal in 1921. When proposal came from Lord Reading, Delhi, to C.R. Das in prison cell. In prison cell, both C.R. Das is there and Deshbandhu is there. And also in same way, he sent proposal to Jinnah and Madan Mohan Malviya. All agreed to proceed in this line. If Lord Reading gives provincial autonomy, that is welcome. That is a step forward in our freedom movement. Madan Mohan Malviya from Benares came to Calcutta. Lord Reading came from Delhi to Calcutta to discuss with the C.R. Das in jail. Deshbandhu talked to Subhash Chandra. Subhash Chandra, Jinnah, Malviya, all agreed, Deshbandhu, all agreed that let us proceed. Let us accept this proposal. Let us accept provincial autonomy. Autonomy of the provinces. Some autonomy, some freedom. And do you know who objected? Who objected? It is Gandhi. It is Gandhi. Gandhi made a precondition. What precondition? If not the Ali brothers are the released from jail, he will not accept this proposal. To him, the release of the Ali brothers got the priority, not the autonomy of the provinces, provincial autonomy. I see this behavior of Gandhi from a different angle, because reading has sent proposal to C.R. Das in jail, to Madan Mohan Malviya in Benares, to Jinnah in Bombay, and subsequently throw them to Gandhi. And here Gandhi felt insulted. If some success in getting autonomy is there, that is regarded as the success of Deshbandhu, Malviya and Jinnah, that success cannot be accepted by Gandhi. Whatever will be gained by the people of this country has to be done by Gandhi. This is Gandhi, a dictatorial mind, an autocratic mind. And number two, his love for the Islamists, Khilafatists, is so much that he is giving priority to release of the Islamists, Ali brothers, from jail, not the autonomy, provincial autonomy. And what reading is telling? Reading is telling that I am the Governor General, Viceroy of this country, of this land. With under my domain, the awarding provincial autonomy is there. I can give you. But they have been arrested under a law. Ali brothers have been arrested. Ali brothers and the Khilafatists have been arrested under law framed by the UK Parliament. It is the government of UK. They will decide whether the Khilafatists and Ali brothers will be released or not. I have nothing to do with that. But Gandhi is arrogant and giving a condition that without getting Ali brothers, his Ali brothers, he will not discuss anything else. In this way, the provincial autonomy we failed to get that time. And we got that autonomy when in 1937, after 16 years, our gain of provincial autonomy under the British rule was postponed by this arrogant Gandhi, the dictatorial mindset of Gandhi. And let me be very clear. I think our historians, our writers of history, those to whom history is not the priority. Priority is they are serving their master, their political parties to whom they belong. They are afraid of writing all these things. These are the facts. They are the history. I have quoted you from Subhash Chandra, Indian Struggle, and a European historian, Stanley Woolpert. And only recently, I am reading this history for about 50 years from different angles. Nowhere these things are explained properly. And those issues, those facts I have disclosed in my last book, Vichitra. And only recently, a person who is writing a series of Nehru, Subhash, Congress Rajniti, who is Dr. Tapan Chattopadhyay. He is writing a series in a Delhi Bengali, mainly published from Assam, also from Bengal. He is Jugo Shankho. He is writing a series of articles. Here, for the first time, I am seeing in Bengali the narration of these facts. And before that, for many decades, I have not seen a single Bengali historian or even any historian of this country to clearly narrate how, in a very cunning way, the resolution of the non-cooperation movement and resolution of the Khilafat movement was passed in 1920 in Calcutta in 1920 September Congress. And there is the root of rift between Gandhi and Deshbandhu. And subsequently, after in the Goa Congress, where Deshbandhu was the All India President, the rift widened, erupted. What is the rift? Rift is what Deshbandhu wanted. He wanted the movement against British to bring up to the level of the state assemblies and central assembly. What Deshbandhu's design? To bring the people's movement, public movement to the street, to the level of the state assemblies, in states and central assembly in Delhi. Because he argued public movement is okay. That plain there will be movement, public will agitate for their demands, public agitation, public consciousness will rise, that is okay. But if we can add a fight additional in the assemblies, states and central assembly, we can stop the production of the laws by which British rules our country. Rules at the center are passed in the central assemblies, and rules in the states, laws are made in assemblies, in the state assemblies. If we can fight there through our representatives, if we can block the making of these laws in that assemblies, state assemblies and central assemblies, will win the war. Gandhi objected to that because entry into assemblies, Gandhi regarded it cooperation with the British. Deshbandhu told, where is the cooperation? We are opposing British from inside. On the streets, we are opposing from the outside. On the streets, where is the opposition? Where is the cooperation? We are opposing. This is also one sort of non-cooperation. We are not going to take chair. We are not going to take the ministerial posts. We are going to oppose on discussion and debate the British process of making laws. Gandhi objected, and that necessitated the formation of Swarajya Party. And you know, so quickly, by the quality of Deshbandhu, so quickly the Swarajya Party gained the whole platform. And one time, the representatives of Swarajya Party in Central Assembly coordinated with the independent representatives under influence of Jinnah. And there is the Swarajya Party representatives and Jinnahs and the representatives under the influence of Jinnah. These two groups, they marched together to oppose the making of all laws in Central Assembly, and they succeeded. The total number of representatives under Jinnah and total number of representatives under Swarajya Party under C.R. Das, when joined together, they are by number bigger than the pro-British representatives in the Central Assembly. And they saw the success. And British was in trouble. And subsequently, the next part, now today, I have discussed with you how the non-cooperation movement. Even in one place, historian Professor R.C. Majumdar has written that main aim of Gandhi was to pass the Khilafat resolution, main purpose, but to cover it up, to show to the people, he brought the non-cooperation movement. But non-cooperation movement also, on all aspects, has not done good for the country. And you see, I've already mentioned in 21, for 6 months, Subhash Chandra was arrested, kept in jail along with Deshbandhu for 6 months. And I have discussed with you how Reading's proposal was rejected by Gandhi, and we have to wait for 16 years for provincial autonomy, for the arrogant attitude and dictatorial attitude of Gandhi. And I think how much time is there today? And one thing, and from reading from the quotation of Subhash Chandra in Indian struggle, at least I am clear that Subhash Chandra was not happy with the Khilafat movement resolution. Though he was not in politics at that time, he was in London. And about Jinnah, Subhash Chandra had deep respect. Why this disrespect? I have shown you. And at that time, on this side of this country, most intelligent and intellectual, articulated politician is Chittaranjan Das. Most articulated. His steps are articulated, speech is articulated, and from his statements, public can understand what the leader is wanting, what should be our steps. And on the other side, it is Jinnah. Jinnah is a very brilliant barrister, articulated politician, and his articulated activities in the Central Assembly has put British into trouble. Articulated politician, and to bring Deshbandhu, to bring Gandhi to the central stage of Indian National Congress politics, many great persons have been marginalized. And let me be very clear, Gandhi many a time had insulted personally Jinnah. And Gandhi was not liking Chittaranjan Das. He was planning in different way to marginalize on this side Deshbandhu, and that side Jinnah he was trying to marginalize. And also Gandhi's team has few times physically insulted Jinnah. That compelled Jinnah to leave Congress, to join Muslim League. I mentioned it, and this side, we do not know what happened to his life. His death is mysterious, and by this time, 3 giants either died or disappeared. Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Bipin Chandra Pal. First 2 persons died, and Bipin Chandra Pal was marginalized. Deshbandhu undergone a mysterious death, and that created a vacuum. In that vacuum, British got the opportunity to place Gandhi at the central stage of the Indian National Congress. And in this odd situation, very odd situation, very odd situation, Subhash Chandra has to navigate in Indian politics. His political mentor Deshbandhu died in 1925, and from before that Subhash Chandra is in prison in Burma, Mandalay. His political mentor, his man of likings, like his political mentor faced this mysterious death when he is in prison cell in Mandalay, a notorious jail, and his man of likings like Madan Mohan Malabya, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Rajpat Rai, all these persons either dead or had disappeared from the Indian politics. In this awkward situation, very awkward, difficult situation, Subhash Chandra has to navigate in the ocean of Indian politics. Let me stop here today. I will discuss maybe tomorrow on the next part of Subhash Chandra. Okay. I hope I have made clear some of the crucial parts of Indian history, and it's very tragic that majority of the historians in India, also in Bengal, they are afraid of picking up these parts of history. Yes. Let me stop here today. Prabir Mitra, Niranjan, I wonder how the English subtitle of your speech is coming. Okay. Shobhasati, they're the crucial parts. Anyway, please look into the international situation in the Arabian Sea, Red Sea area. In the Arabian Sea and Red Sea area, all the conflicts between Iran-backed group is hitting the naval vessels of the Western powers on the Arabian Sea and Red Sea. How the rift between Pakistan and Iran is gradually evolving. And for the first time, our Indian Navy is in rescue operations in the Arabian Sea and Red Sea. And we are now here in a mode of reconstruction of our civilization, our country. I have told you the explanation of his Mohakal's word. Let the big powers remain engaged somewhere else. Let big powers remain engaged somewhere else. Let me stop here today. Shubharatri.